It's Week 9 of the NFL. Coming up next, we'll see Dallas Goedert. He had a standout game 1 week ago with 3 touchdown catches. It's the Eagles and the Texans on Thursday night.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, we start Week 9 with a prime-time matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they come in on a good run, winners of 5 of their last 7.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now, for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his 3rd season, Jalen Hurts.
He threw for nearly 350 yards. His team won. And one word just kept coming to mind as I watched him during the game. Surgical. Absolutely surgical. That's why he won NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, very precise. The throws maybe as accurate as he's been in some time.
Yeah, I think he feels pretty locked in here, and I think he feels like he can get it done again in this one, too.
They'll start with the option. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give them 15 yards to start their first drive of the game. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 63 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's got room. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week. We're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From the 6. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. As the Texans offense runs out, we get a peek at the man under center. Second-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 23. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. The numbers for him from a week ago, 22 carries, 69 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know, he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Texans at 3 and 4 on the year coming into play. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. 3rd and short yardage, Mills. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Avonte Maddox. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. But no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick-6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. Well, they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Throwing, Mills. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Eagles and Texans, polar opposites last year in terms of running the football. The Eagles were number 1 in the league. The Texans, 32nd, dead last. And in fact, the Eagles ran for nearly twice as many yards as the Texans did in 2021.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here's Mills. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive.
They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Calling a loss of 2 there on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line.
A big play there for Philly.
And even 40 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Throwing is Hurts. He's got Brown on the out route complete. Touchdown! A.J. Brown, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles take a 3-touchdown lead. Boy, still in the 1st quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Now Mills. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 4 yards to pick up, first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Right back to Sanders on first down. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
Holding, offense.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Hurts. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Nothing, our score after 1. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Here we go, here we go. Flag.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Left side here to Sanders. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead, and part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Cole Beasley. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Well, you talk about a team coming into an opposing stadium and just taking the life right out of a crowd. That's what we're witnessing here. 27-0, Charles.
And this defense, they've just looked completely unprepared for what's been thrown at them. And you know they're supposed to adjust series to series. That has not happened for them, so I don't think halftime adjustments are going to help a heck of a lot. They are in major trouble unless they figure out something really fast.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it is 28-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it was Cole Beasley who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Texans offense and Davis Mills back out there now. He's coming off his 2nd interception of the game already. And remember, he was bit by the interception bug last week. He threw 2 there as well. So things trending poorly right now as he starts again here, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
From the shotgun, it's Mills. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try to put some points on the board.
Mills throw completed to Mechie. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here. Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Second down and 7. Mills to the air again. And Mills is intercepted for the third time. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Come on. Check, Panther, alert.
And they'll begin by running the option. Oh, that one well designed. This down to the 30-yard line. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top. Unsuccessful.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Eric Murray. And the Texans are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Houston set to take over. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And Pierce gets it again on second down. And some room to roam now. And he is finally taken down, but not before he gets it to the Eagles' 37-yard line. It's a gain of 34. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And the next-gen stats shows he picked up an even 20 yards after the initial contact. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And they'll go right back to Pierce. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And they'll try to throw here. Mills. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
On 3rd down, here's Mills. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham applied the heat off the edge. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
Mills throw complete here, pulled in by Howard. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 25 on 2nd down. Mills throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jordan. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 15-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mills. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that, to end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now back to throw. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he is going to have an Eagles first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
On 1st down, Hurts. It's caught by Sanders. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And good yardage there on 1st down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
looking to throw again on second down. Hurts. And once again, this is Sanders. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there and a first down. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here comes Davis Mills in the offense, ready for another drive. Any surprise in your mind he's out there to start the second half after 4 first-half interceptions?
He's to be surprised by a lot of things, partner, but in this case I'm not, because you know they want him to be their guy. And the only way to truly establish that is to give him a chance to work through some of the issues he had in the first half.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Dorsett's got it. And he is going to have a Texans first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn: find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Josh Sweat coming in strong and dropping him behind the line of scrimmage.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick-6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here. And that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Mills on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Again, it's Mills. And my goodness, another interception. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Intercepted by the Eagles. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 79 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Another run with Sanders. Room here to run. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
It'll be Hurts on the option, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Eagles have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and it is 42-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. Houston's offense taking over again. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one,
Pierce has it knocked loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. And maybe that's the perils of being a... And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn?
After review of the play, ruling on the field is
so that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On second down, here's Pierce. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the second time. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Here we go.
The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Hurts finding Goddard there. 1st down, Philadelphia.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Alert! Alert! Hey! Unlock right! Unlock right!
Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and he gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
This will be caught by Brown. The 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Eagles get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Takes it at the 7. The football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 61 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, Mills. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this one is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Looking to throw is Mills. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing, Mills. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Second down, back to Sanders. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Hurts to throw. Fires the quick slant. A.J. Brown's got it. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
Second down, back to Sanders. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 132 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Sanders is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Were you as surprised as I was that they actually ran it on 2nd down there? I thought that they would go ahead and throw it in every situation here.
They've thrown for 3 touchdown passes. Now here, I think they probably go back to the air.
Yeah, I think so, but ordinarily, 2nd down is...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Eagles are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this 4th quarter advantage. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Holding, receiving team.
So already not the best to kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalpost. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Going for it with Pierce. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
And he'll take it on this side of midfield. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Hurts. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. This offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, their defense has really struggled. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Mills. That's underneath to Pierce. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Pierce will try to pick it up. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
Hand off left side, Pierce. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Rolling to his left. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Mills now. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Now the offense going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They'll run here with Pierce. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Second and goal from the 1. They'll run for it with Pierce. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
Check, Panther, alert, alert.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.